ever thought, or have you ever wondered, I should say, what's really in that milk you're drinking? Or here's a good one. Do you really need this milk? Well, today I'm breaking down the truth about milk and why homemade milk is better, and the facts about store-bought milk that they don't want you to know. I'm going to share it. I'm going to spill all the tea or spill the milk. I'm also going to show you how I make a creamy almond milk at home in under 10 minutes. Now, mostly you know it takes 8 to 10 hours to make milk. Not anymore. I'm going to show you how I do it, and I'm going to share some information that you never knew about milk, and it's going to make you go, I didn't know that. Okay, so let's rewind to about 10,000 years ago. Humans didn't always drink cow's milk. In fact, before the agricultural revolution, milk from animals, that wasn't even a thing. We weren't doing that. We were hunters, we were gatherers, and our bodies evolved on fruits, on vegetables, on nuts, and even on wild meats. It wasn't until we domesticated animals and that we thought, let's try to drink what they're drinking. Listen, I don't know where that came from, but that's facts. That's facts. And here's another fact. Only about 35% of the world's population can digest lactose after childhood. So that means when you become an adult, many of us can't do that. The rest of people are lactose intolerant. That's your body saying, no, thank you. I don't want that animal milk. You know, milk became a survival food, rich in calories. But remember this, and this is something to think about. Cows produce milk to grow a 60-pound calf into a 600-pound cow. Now, that's a lot of growth hormones for the human body. Think about that too. Now, here's something else I want to share. Humans drink animal milk, but why? So here's the million-dollar question. Should we even be drinking animal milk? Or should we be drinking, this is homemade milk. So humans are the only species that drink another animal's milk or another species' milk. No other animal does this. Do you see the giraffe drinking the lion's milk? Do you see the cat drinking the dog's milk? There's no rule that says we need it. And I'm talking about animal milk. Milk became popular because it was calorie dense, it was easy to produce, and actually it could be stored or turned into butter or cheese, and it was more of a marketing thing. But nutritionally, we can get the same, if not better, nutrients from plant-based milk. Studies also show that many people drinking pasteurized cow's milk actually have higher risks of acne, bloating, inflammation, and even certain cancers. And the Harvard School of Public Health actually backs all this information up. Now, milk isn't essential for strong bones. In fact, countries with the highest dairy intake also have the highest rate of osteoporosis. That's crazy, right? And these are facts. These aren't things I'm making up. As a matter of fact, in countries like China and Japan, where dairy wasn't part of traditional diets, osteoporosis and other calcium deficiency diseases were almost non-existent until dairy was introduced. So, do we really need it? Not really. Not from the cow. And here's something else. Milk can increase IGF-1. It's an insulin-like growth factor that's linked to cancer growth. It's one of the top 8 allergens in the world, and it's been tied to higher risk of acne, mucus buildup, and inflammation. Do the homework, do the math. So let's talk about processed milk. What's in processed milk? So let's dig into what's actually in store-bought milk. There's pus cells. Yes, the USDA allows certain numbers of somatic cells, pus, and milk. And then there's the RBGH. That's the growth bovine hormone. It boosts milk production, but it's also linked to cancer. Then there's antibiotic residues. Now, cows get sick, they treat them with antibiotics, and then it wound up in the milk that you drink. And then there's synthetic vitamins. When they do the pasteurization, it kills enzymes and vitamins. So companies add synthetic vitamins back into the milk. It oxidized. There's cholesterol from high heat processing. This can cause damage to arteries. Then there's sugar. There's so much sugar in flavored milk. Actually, there's more sugar in a milk than it is in a soda. Here's another fact. A 2001 study in the Journal of Epidemiology found a doubling of the risk of ovarian cancer in women who drank more than 1 glass of milk per day. This is the facts. So why do we think we need milk? Honestly, I think it's marketing. The dairy industry spends billions to tell us milk equals strong bones. A Harvard study showed no link between high milk intake and lower fracture risk. In fact, more dairy equals more fractures in some cases. Now, babies need milk, yes, but human milk. Women produce milk with just the right fats, the right antibodies, and nutrients to grow human babies. Once they're weaned, our bodies naturally reduce the enzyme lactase, which helps digest lactose. That's nature's way of saying, you're done here. Cow's milk is not what you need. It's perfect for the calves, but I don't think it's perfect for us. Now, I want to tell you the difference between nut milk and our milk. These are some things that I feel you should really know. So nut milk is where it's at. Here's why. There's no cholesterol. There's no hormones. There's no animal cruelty. And it's naturally rich in vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy fats. In fact, almonds are packed with antioxidants that help fight inflammation, which is such a big deal. But store-bought milk, many still have additives like carrageenan, which is linked to gut issues, so much gut issues. There's gums and emulsifiers. There's hidden sugars. That's why I make my own milk. And let me show you something amazing. I use my Nama M1 that I can make milk under 10 minutes. There's no soaking and there's no mess. It's just pure creamy milk under 10 minutes. And I want to let you know, Nama is not sponsoring this video. I just feel like I want you to understand why we need to be cautious of the milk that we buy, or know the promising effects of the milk that we make. So watch me show you how you can make your own almond milk, cashew milk, pistachio milk, even chocolate milk in under 10 minutes. Let's go. So let me show you how to make your own milk, very fresh milk, in less than 10 minutes. We're using 1 cup of raw almonds. We're going to be using 3 or 4 dates. Now you can use maple syrup if you choose. I'm going to use 3 cups of filtered water. Now you can use 4, but I like my milk pretty creamy. We're going to use a pinch of Himalayan salt, and that's all. And then we're going to put the top on our beautiful Nama milk making machine and watch it do its work. This is the easiest milk you've ever made. So when it's done, it's going to tell you to open the spout. How exciting is that? And watch this beautiful flow of milk. Now that's what I'm talking about. Look how beautiful that looks. Looks healthy, it looks rich, and it's milk. The cool thing is that it tells you to open the spout, but it will start running again if it can see that there's more almonds that it can press. And then at the end, it tells you to enjoy. I pour my milk in glass bottles, just like old school, and we all enjoy real, pure, plant-based milk. I hope you enjoyed this. See you in the next video.